Hello and welcome back to the sideboard here at Star City Games Invitational in New Jersey. My name is Ruben Bressler, and I am joined by Dan Musser. Dan, I didn't pull you over in the first 4 rounds, in spite of your 4-0 start, because you're just playing boring old Jund. Sorry, but we're 5-0 now, and after your win in Legacy, I had to bring you into the sideboard, because when we first met, you were really into Zoo.
Sure.
And then Zoo died. Zoo was just not a good deck.
Nope.
For many reasons.
Yep.
But you're bringing it back now with a little bit of help from Standard. Specifically, Burning Tree Emissary in Legacy. Yeah. Yep. So tell me about where this deck came from.
Well, Zoo's always been in my back pocket. I got second place in 2 Legacy Opens with Zoo. Once Miracles started being a thing, you can't beat Counterbalance very well. You can't beat instant speed Wrath of God for 1 very well. You are already bad when they were before snapcasting Swords to Plowshares on you. So we put it away, started playing Miracles, started playing some mono blue control.
Absolutely.
Energy Field. Then went to Miracles once Rest in Peace got printed, and been playing that ever since. Miracles got bad after Abrupt Decay gets printed. Counterbalance isn't even good in the format anymore, so what do we play?
Yeah, bring it all back.
Yeah.
It's nice. So, specifically, first of all, you were the end boss for Jerry in Pittsburgh when Jerry Thompson completed his back-to-back.
Yep.
So you have that on your resume. However, it's much more important to do well at invitationals, and you're doing well so far. So the two cards that we're specifically referencing in this new Zoo deck are Burning Tree Emissary.
Yep.
And Experiment One. So we'll start with Burning Tree Emissary. Most times Burning Tree Emissary in Standard is either chaining into another Burning Tree Emissary or playing something like Fire Fist Striker, another 2-mana creature. In this deck, you're playing 2 1-mana creatures most of the time, or a 1-mana creature on a burn spell.
Yep. So, I mean, the thought behind Burning Tree is, in his place you would have something like Lightning Helix. Lightning Helix or another burn spell. There's really no other creature you want. So he just accelerates you get to drop your hand so fast, you get to clog the board, you don't really care, he's 2/2 as big as Loam Lion was, he's as big as Goblin Guy, he's big as everybody else, but he just lets you increase your deck's velocity so much.
Right, but he's free.
And since people aren't playing Terminus anymore,
Exactly, you can spew onto the board with Abandon, yeah. I mean, if Frogmite is a playable card in Affinity, that's a free 2/2 that helps your game plan, accelerates your game plan. Just like this is a free 2/2 that accelerates your game plan. You get to play out your Curd Apes, your Wild Nicoddles, all your 1-drops. And the other 1-drop that you have is Experiment One.
Experiment One. He's
No, you're
He's
good.
At least as big as Loam Lion was almost all the time. You have every guy in your deck evolves him at least to a 2-power guy besides Griffin Lavamancer, which we've cut down to 2. And most of the time he gets to be a 3-power guy. So
yeah, you've got Wild Nicoddle, Curd Ape, and Tarmogoyf can even grow him up to a 4/4 a lot of the time. So
absolutely.
And then the rest of your spell package are the 8 bolts. We've got Chain Lightning and Lightning Bolt.
4 of each.
And then 3 Path to Exile.
I really don't want to play Path to Exile, but you just have to get Tarmogoyfs out of the way.
And you can't have Swords to Plowshares in this deck.
No, and it's actually nice because most of those Deathblade decks aren't even playing basics anymore, so it just kills it.
Absolutely, yeah. Deathblade, Shardless Bug, Rug Delver, don't play any basics. So speaking of no basics, flawless segue into 3 Price of Progress.
Price of Progress is astounding right now.
Yeah, I would be playing a Price of Progress deck in the Legacy portion this weekend if I were playing. It's just outstanding right now.
I just did 12 damage with 2 of them last round. People aren't playing around them until they see them, so it's a very, very good card right now. You can cast it off a Burning Tree if you want, even.
Well, there you go. If you manage to be like, all right, free 2/2.
Usually you want to wait.
Good? Or, usually you want to wait until you get more value out of that. In the sideboard, we have a lot of our regular appearances from things like Red Elemental Blast, Searing Blaze, even out of a lot of burn decks I think people are used to as well. Sulfuric Vortex, another card.
Just in case we come against control.
And also things like Batter Skull, absolutely. Pyrostatic Pillar, not a card that you see out a lot of a lot of decks anymore.
No, I figured it's good against a Storm deck if we come across that. I'm very bad against those. It's actually insane against Elves. It's okay against Delver and stuff, but I don't think I would even bring it in. You're already decent against those decks, so it's just my wink to the combo matchups.
Yeah, and all the combo in the room I've seen, at least I've seen a couple Emrakul combo-ish kind of decks, but most of the combo in the room is Storm, and so this is the one you want anyway. And then a couple of Oblivion Ring. Speaking of Emrakul, the Eons Torn, you gotta have something, I guess.
You can't just be cold, I don't think. So there's 2 O-rings just in case. I do run across Show and Tell decks. It's primarily for that. It's also there instead of Angel Despair, just because you can put it in against Batterskull decks if you need to. You lose to a Chalice of the Void, honestly, with this deck, so you're going to put it in there.
Sure. It's a good catch-all to have.
If people are still playing it.
Absolutely. It's nice that you can have the variants in the sideboard to be able to play a catch-all like this, just a Vindicate for your colors, basically. So this looks awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wish you'd emailed me about this before, and then I would have played this instead of like Blue-Red Delver or whatever I would have played with my Price of Progresses. Because playing Burning Tree Emissary in Legacy sounds awesome.
No one's going to expect it.
Yeah, that's certainly true. No one's going to expect it. Now, the only sad thing, though, is you can't really call it Zoo anymore. There's a human.
Well, there's 2 humans, actually. They're both humans.
Oh, there's Human Ooze and Human Shaman.
I mean, technically, you always had Lavamancer, who was a human. So I don't know. These are like the Zookeepers of the deck now.
Okay. So we've got... This is Zookeeper.
What I'm most sad about is cutting Loam Line and Solid Pride Mage means you have just far less cats.
There's not enough cats. Of course, sure. Well, you cut the cats for more power and more speed. I think that they'll be fine sitting on the sideline for a little while. Absolutely. Well, Dan, thank you so much for bringing us over. Dan Musser, I'm Ruben Bressler here at the Star City Games Invitational.